Hello, folks. This is John Bain. I'm the pastor at the Walnut Grove Baptist Church, and last Sunday was the celebration of our homecoming at Walnut Grove. And one of the things that came to mind, and something that uh, we don't always focus on specifically, is that uh, all across the South, uh, many churches, more churches than now, used to observe decoration. Some churches still do that, and what that means is placing flowers on the graves of loved ones, friends, and family members. Decoration, and so it would be a time usually sponsored by a local church, most often by a church that was the caretaker of the cemetery, and the cemetery was on the church property. There would be a special homecoming worship service. Usually the house would be filled with visitors and guests or people returning home that were there for homecoming. But all during the week prior to that and on that particular weekend, people who had loved ones buried in the cemetery would stop by and check on the condition of the cemetery and the grave and leave flowers often. So been thinking of that, and we did see a lot of activity. Every time I pulled up in the church parking lot last week, just about every time I visited the church, I saw somebody who had parked their car near the cemetery, between the cemetery and the church, and they were out in the cemetery taking care of their business there. And I would go out and speak to them and ask them if everything appeared to be all right and if they were pleased with the condition of the cemetery. Of course, the Reeves family takes care of our cemetery, and that's a daunting task. It's more than just running a lawnmower around in circles as we usually do in our yard, but it always looks immaculately manicured, and it's always very beautiful. I do drive by. I'm a amateur genealogist, so I visit a lot of cemeteries, and sometimes the cemeteries are not well kept. There's trash here or there, and the grass is high. Just lots of things that I'm happy to say never occurs at the Walnut Grove Baptist Church Cemetery. Right now, though, wanted to head out in this direction. We are honored to have that ministry and that responsibility, and we think that our former members and present members who have loved ones buried in our cemetery look to us to take care of these matters and to let them know if there's anything that we require of them. We had several people who made donations to the care of the cemetery last week during this time, and that often happens. We're looking right now on the screen at the landing page or the home page of the Walnut Grove Baptist Church website. If you use the internet, you can go to a web browser, and our web address is, and you can either, these days, with the way browsers are calibrated, you don't have to put all the www or the https colon, just type in this address. It's just one long word, Walnut Grove Baptist Church, all run together like it was one word, walnutgrovebaptistchurch.net. And that'll take you right here to what is in the upper left-hand corner right here called Home. And then this right-hand panel here is kind of a brief description of what these tabs along the top are about, and I'm going to take you to the cemetery today. If you come right along here along the top and come here toward the end, you'll see that one of the browser tabs is for our cemetery. I'm just going to click on that right now. I made these photographs of our cemetery several years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and so sadly, there are a few more stones there now, and a few more graves are there that weren't there during this time. And so I made a few photographs with my phone this last week of graves that I thought might not be in this picture, and I haven't had a chance to add them yet. There's something that was in the automobile graveyard. My old Kia van saw parked underneath the Fellowship Hall awning. If you go to this tab, there are a number of pictures, and you can see that this is not during the summertime when the grass is its greenest, but you can see that, and then on new graves the grass is allowed to grow a little bit and to get a little bit thick and to go to seed so that it can be then trimmed back, and so that's the only time you'll ever see any long or tall grass in our cemetery, when it's in the process of being prepared. There are footstones, there are military markers, there are the single stones and double stones. There is even a triple stone, a triple burial stone in our cemetery. But when you come here, as I said, this is kind of needs some attention itself. There are some photographs of new graves that need to be placed here. There is a site, and the primary reason for making this video is to acquaint you with it if you're not familiar with it. It is not sponsored by Walnut Grove. It's an independent, more or less a charity offering, a search and presentation site called Find a Grave. Find a Grave. It is a website that it doesn't cost anything to visit there or to become a member of Find a Grave. You just have to register your name and an email address. So there are some instructions in here on this page on how to use the Find a Grave engine, and I'm going to do that. If you come right over here, you'll see that when you hover the mouse over Walnut Grove Baptist Church Cemetery is on Find a Grave, and the word click, you'll see that it turns from white to yellow, and that means it's a hyperlink. And so if you click on that, it will take you to the Find a Grave website, and there are it says here, you can see about, and it tells you a little bit about this site and about our cemetery. You can see the heading, and I did not create this or make this. Some of the folks who manage and maintain Find a Grave do this. And then you come down here and you can see photos. They're most often accurate, and so here's some photos. We no longer have this particular sign, but we do have a sign that talks about what's allowed and what the rules are for the use of the cemetery, and then just a couple of photographs. And this is a photo of some of the older graves that are there. Some of them are so old that I can't read them, and they go back many years. This is a photo that I added recently, and it is more representative of what you might see in the present, or in the now, on our church sign, talking about our Sunday school and worship times. But if you come back to about again, you can search our cemetery by first, middle, and last name. If you know the year that a person was born and the year that they died, you can either be close or exact, and find out visitors who come here, or perhaps live at some distance away, could search our cemetery, and they're doing some genealogical research and think that their grandparents might be buried here or some such, and they can search and see if that's the case. The tool that I most often use is just to click on Search This Cemetery. If all of these fields up here are blank and you click on Search, it will just simply show you all the graves. And so that's what we're looking at right now. And It's in alphabetical order, and many of these names and people I'm not familiar with. I can only assume that most of them were formerly members of Walnut Grove Baptist Church. Here, the Barbers are a case. I can't recall ever having met a barber or seeing them or meeting them at homecoming. They may have been. This is a LD and Nanny Beavers. That is Betsy Stevenson's mom and dad. And if you wish, and when you find something that you're looking for, you can just, each one of these is hyperlink, and so you can come. Sometimes it'll have the obituary that was printed on the day of their funeral or just prior to their funeral, and you can see about who their deceased spouse was or their family members. This is their parents. This is Miss Nanny Beavers, and she was a Moats before she married. So you can click on those as you go down. Carolyn Burns is one of the most recent people in our cemetery who's passed away. Dr. Burns' wife, and she passed away just this year. And her grave is still fresh. Dr. Burns. You come down. I have just this year, Henry Crow's gravestone was set, and he had his picture of himself that had been placed there. But I took a photograph of Henry's grave, and since I'm a member of Find a Grave, I have the permission to submit photographs, and if they're approved, they're posted here. So this is my photograph here. You can see right down here, added by John Bain. You can look for who adds these photos or who adds information. They had to get approval to do that, and they may be a friend or family member that you'd like to get in touch with, and so there you can click on their name. Just continue down, and there are some graves that don't have a photo of the grave site itself or the stone. Some of our graves don't have stones, but this is a. I don't know if you visit cemeteries or what, but I'm proud that this great work has been done for our church cemetery. There's just a lot of information here, and if you need more information or if there's a question you have that I didn't answer in this small video, I may know the answer, or if I don't, maybe I can find out. As you scan through, one of our last living charter members was buried in the cemetery just last year, and you can look through here and find out there is you'll see someone here with whom you're familiar. Miss Leela has a groundstone, and this is her grave. Henry Crow and Henry Fredericks both passed away and very recently. But this is a tool that's why I have it posted on our church website, and I hope that you might appreciate using it, and if there's something you need to know, and if you see something here, a bit of information that perhaps is incorrect or something that needs to be added, let me know, and I'll do. There's J.L. Sanders, his listing there. Ann was with us on homecoming, and it has several photos here, and there is the footstone for J.L. So this is a site that I'm proud that we have. It's not the kind of thing that we could maintain ourselves. It's just a lot of work has gone into this. Here's the Ward family. I believe this is a duplicate here. I believe that this more or less blank James R. Ward, I believe that is our James Ward. He has a, I believe that's a duplicate entry there. And the birthday is the same, but there's no photo. So this is complete here. It has James and Cricket and Deborah's stone pictured here. And I added that photo just recently because it needed to be updated since James' passing last year. But this is a very worthwhile, and I'm glad that I need to check. Larry's stone is here. Want to make sure that he has a picture of the gravestone there. But that is Find a Grave, and if it is of value to you in regards to our church and the burial ministry and memorial ministry of our church, if you you find interest in this, you might be able to use the Find a Grave tool to research your family or to look up friends and acquaintances maybe who have passed and find their cemetery. There's ways for searching for where cemeteries are by name or location, and then finding out who is buried there. So that is the Walnut Grove Baptist Church Cemetery. And I hope that you will visit our church website often, because there's lots of good information here, and it's intended to be a helpful tool to you. There is a gospel presentation on that says, "How can I become a Christian? Meet Jesus." Location. There's a good map there and some good directions on how to get to our church if someone's looking for us. There's a church calendar that I do my best to try to keep up to date. Gridiron is coming up this next coming weekend, and Father's Day is next Sunday. Vacation Bible School is just around the corner. There's our link for online giving. If you wish to give electronically, you can use Amplify Ministry Brands. It is a ministry tool that we use, that our church is supported by, where you can use your phone or your tablet or pad or computer to make a contribution from wherever you are. There are different videos. The church records many of its services. A variety of helpful and useful links like Our Daily Bread or Upper Room devotions online, the Bible Gateway and Bible Hub. If you wish to contact the church, there's a way to send a message directly to us, and then Vacation Bible School registration is a place you can go and sign up for VBS, which is going to be this year, next month, July the 11th. Well, I hope this was helpful. As I said, if there's more information you'd like to have, let me know. This is Find a Grave on the Walnut Grove Baptist Church website.